All right, guys, it's getting bad for the Confederacy, at least. It's early November 65. So he attacked us here. As you can see, he's got a 21,000 power force, which is just insane. For us, we don't have that. We have 1,900, 900, 400, and then his core pretty much got annihilated. I think Lee also got wounded again, so I don't know where he would have went. Yep, so Lee got wounded again. So he's out. So let's cover that. So our morale went up. We did really well according to the people of the Confederacy, at least. Although from a military standpoint, I don't feel like we're doing well. To be perfectly honest with you, if I could have averted this one more month, I would have felt like I would win this game. Now I'm not so sure. Actually, I don't know. This is the first time that I've really felt like I could lose this game, to be honest with you. I felt like it was trending towards losing, but I had a lot of hope. Now, not so much. So, all right, let's go over things here. Let's go over the battle. It was a pretty epic battle. Henrico, Virginia. Okay, so it was a Confederate victory. He lost. I mean, this is just insane. Like the number of casualties the last few turns have just been astronomical, like unbelievably insane. How he's not losing more morale than he really is, given the fact that the Union was very sensitive to casualties, is beyond me. Like, I think if this was the actual Civil War and the Union newspapers were publishing this sort of casualties that he's been suffering the last 2 months, that they'd be like, no, get the hell out of Virginia, right? But, all right, so he had a river crossing penalty throughout this battle. We were, let's see, how dug in were we? We routed 69 units. I attempted to retreat apparently 3 times. So how was it like number of failed retreats? 0. If I attempted to retreat 3 times. Was it like, I'm going to retreat? Nope, just kidding. I'm going to retreat? Nope, just kidding. I'm going to retreat. And I actually made it this time. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day. I'm pretty sure that's not how it went down. Trench effectiveness. We had a 343% trench bonus, which obviously really helps. Because I think we had the level 8 entrenchments. We lost a third of our army, which is pretty standard Robert E. Lee battle right there. And then obviously 2,000 cavalry, 40 artillery. He lost 76 of his 938 artillery, which isn't bad. This is pretty typical for an offensive unit though, right? Because your artillery is not being attacked, whereas on the defender's side, your artillery is being attacked. And he has better artillery, obviously too. So, you know, our artillery is not going to be able to duel his. He lost 4,800 of his 28,000 cavalry, which isn't the worst, but then the infantry was what he took the big hit on. He lost almost 43,000 of his 230,000 troops. And we'll go through here. So now, not a full battle, and I think part of it's because Lee was shot. But we started off with 264 elements. He had 493. And we killed at range 20 and 14. He killed mine 11 and 14. This first round, we committed 14 elements. He committed 11. And we did 410. He did 112, so not many. But he just crossed the river, right? So, and he only had, looks like, 3 divisions involved in that initial river crossing with his artillery here as well. I'm just looking at the overall casualties down here. Round 2. All right, so now we got more troops. So it looks like everybody's engaged now. I only committed 30. He committed 50. So Sherman dominating here with getting his troops onto the battlefield in line. Notwithstanding, we only had 30, which is a little peculiar to me why Lee wasn't able to field more than that. We inflicted 356 hits, and then 1899 cohesion, and then the 156 to 1100. I find this number very interesting. Like, obviously Sherman's a very good general, so it doesn't surprise me he could do this, but I'm surprised Lee could not do that as well. So still 30, 63 now. So he's now got twice as many. Very interesting. I'm not sure why Lee was not able to get to the front. Same numbers. But here, I'm going to scroll slowly, and then if you're really interested in a particular division, just pause the video and check it out. I'll pause here for a moment so you can see the different divisions. Now let me scroll past Gordon. No, sorry. All right, so here's Gordon. Okay. Go past Forrest. All right, there you go. Again, if you want to look at these, pause the video, check it out. I'm not going to go through it in detail here. And then, obviously, geez, he's got so many guys. This is insane. All right, now looking at the Union side, because we've exhausted the Confederate side, if you want to check that out. All right, we'll go down to Caldwalder here. There you go, more Union. Just endless. I mean, he's got Thomas here. He's got Gibbon, who is the famous division commander for the Black Hats, or the Iron Brigade. If you're new to Civil War and you're not familiar with the Iron Brigade, please look it up, because I always like to think of like them as like America. Like, that's how all American service members should be like, is the Iron Brigade. Just a bunch of badasses. All right, and then last but not least, last two. There you go. All right. So, and then the last battle here, and I'm not going to go through that list again. I just want to go through it once just to kind of show you. Let me get all the way back to the top. We inflicted 645. He did 382, but 2509, and then we did 4,000. But he had 52 committed that round. I had 13. So what I think was happening, to be honest with you, now I think about it, that 3 rounds of retreat, I think every round troops were retreating, and that's why he wasn't committing the full 50 or 60 to the battlefield. I think that's what's happening. That's why it said 3 attempted retreats, 0 failures, is I think those last 3 rounds, troops were retreating instead of being put on the front. And so he had more troops on his front line than we were doing because we were retreating during those different phases of the battle. That's my assumption. But we lost 3 divisions here, as you can see. Pretty much wiped out. And then for him, we took him out. Oh, he didn't have much, so that's not surprising. Looks like that might have been all he lost. All right, he's got this guy, the siege artillery, which he's probably gonna want to use on Richmond. But yeah, Lee's out. He got shot, so he's down here again. So we're going to be without him for the defense of Richmond, which is not good. And we're pulling people back. So let's see here. Any more Virginia battles? Don't think so. Kind of inconsequential. All right. So basically what he did was he went all the way around and is down here to the south of us. And unfortunately, like, we would love to counterattack because he's kind of down here. I would say he's not even cut off anymore because he's getting supply up the James. But we just don't have the numbers. So he's got 3 turns to take Richmond. Let's just hope that the level 4 size depot and size 1 redoubt, which should be size 2. That's kind of a oopsie on my part. That's another thing. If you're playing the Confederacy, just armor this place up. Like, you don't want to lose Richmond. Like this one in Atlanta, you should have 2 or 3 size redoubts. Just freaking do it. I should have done it. I didn't do it. I would do it from here henceforth. I'm playing the Confederacy. Okay. He's still bringing guys up. He's got Howard here, who got kind of delayed, but did beat Beauregard, which I'll go over in a moment. As you see, Beauregard's over here, and we're just going to send him down to get supply down here because he's pretty much torn up. So he's done what he can to delay. Let's go over that battle here. So we had 16,000. He had 55. So we didn't really have much of a chance, obviously. Killed 4,000. We lost. We might have lost national morale on that one. I'll have to check. And he actually tore us up pretty good. I probably should have been on blue posture, but I just wanted to make sure I engaged with him and not let him just kind of get a free pass past me. Because at least that's one more turn that he's not going to be supporting an attack on Richmond. I don't know if there's really much to tell on this one because we just didn't have. We only had 2 divisions, right? And he's got 55,000 troops, and he really he schwacked us. Get 230 hits. We got 113, 716 cohesion, and then double the cohesion. So we fled and lost that one pretty quick. So he's got that corps coming up. He's also got Elliot's corps there as well. So he's got 2 corps. He's got what appears to be, he's got 4 divisions here he's trying to bring up. He's got 2 divisions here. Well, 1 division and some artillery. So he's really just trying to bring everything to Richmond right now. And me down here tearing this stuff up is probably too little too late at this point, but whatever. Okay, any other battles in South Carolina to talk about? Not really. North Carolina. Oh, gotcha. So Pope's just being a jerk. He might move on this supply area down here. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he kind of moves south a little bit. Okay, so let's go over to Louisiana really quick. Let's look at the Pearl first. Or sorry, so this is New Orleans. So we were able to win the outskirt battle of New Orleans. We haven't taken it yet, but we had 49,000 troops. He had 9,000. Surprisingly, on red, we didn't just like absolutely beat the crap out of him. It was a very short battle. It was only 1 day's worth. So whatever. But oh, he was here. That's why. Okay, I thought it was in New Orleans. Do I attack or not? I don't know. I'm kind of reconsidering whether I want to attack here again because my national morale is going up, and I need that for Richmond, and I don't want to risk losing this, and keeping this army alive is the best way to keep my national morale up. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this is the other battle here. So we had 48,000. This was actually in New Orleans, by the way. 48,000. He has less than we do, so he's down to that. But he didn't go in the city. It's a Confederate victory. It's a pretty long battle for only 1,500 casualties, huh? Huh. I'm not going to go into the detail on this one, just because there's not really a lot of kills. We only did 98 total hits. 52 total hits for him. He inflicted significantly more cohesion on me, but I am now in the region. Here, let me see as far as, like, let's go like 4 here. 22 elements committed. He only committed 3. Let's just go back here. 3. What? So I was just fighting these, like, onesie-twosie groups, I guess. Interesting. Here we go. So he must have fled. So I don't know. So he's here. I have a unit here hanging out. He's already there. And he's coming the way. I'll have to reconsider this. I'll have to decide if I want to go after him or not. This late in the game, is it worth it for me to take New Orleans? I don't know. I'm not going to get a benefit from the money, obviously, right? So the only benefit that I'm going to get from this is national morale. So I don't know. Let me think. But we're still getting supply from here. We sucked that dry. But I think we'll be good on supply for the rest of the game for these 2 stacks. I'm not too worried about it because he's got 4 full wagon trains. So even though his are empty, I've got 4 with the other guy there too. So I don't know. I'll see what we're going to do there. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say too many times because it's a distractor. It's a bad filler. I may move on Memphis again. again, just for the national morale. That's the really only reason I'm doing it. Trying to rebuild him enough to maybe just make another move on something else I can get a national morale from at this point. It's really what I'm trying to do. Or a little bit of cash, but really no other reason for doing that. And nothing else to report on. Again, I didn't try to say either. All right, 2 on the line infantry. Although now we need 3,000, so there's that, and almost 1,000 cavalry now. So we're going in the wrong direction in terms of replacements. We could print money. So at least we'll do that. What? That money will go into replacements for early December, which means late December is when those replacements will hit. So if he's going to hit Richmond late December, at least I will have gotten my money's worth in terms of replacements, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's look at casualties really quick. 561,000 now for the Union, and almost 500,000 for the Confederacy. So we've now surpassed 1 million. We're at 1,000,006. And then I also have, what is that, 92,000? Yeah, 92,000 prisoners. Jeez, that's just, these numbers are insane. This is just crazy. His morale is now below mine finally, so we're up at 96. This is at 81. This is really good because if he attacks Richmond, my troops are less likely to just surrender and capitulate, right? And his troops are more likely to just say, screw this, we don't want to continue this attack. We'll wait until next month, which will be too late if it's December. And let's just hope that's the way things go. Although, like I said at the beginning of this video, I felt a lot better. Well, not a lot better. I had some hope until his turn. Now I don't know. I don't know how I am going to withstand an attack from a 21,000 power force that has even more resources here under Sherman, and then several more corps coming up the road that will probably be here in early December. With what I have left up here, it's not much, but here's to hoping, right? Okay, let's get into early December and see what happens. The enemy is on the move. It's late November 65. He's made a move on Richmond. Here we are, guys. We've got 2 turns to hold. He moved with 8,900. We again did pretty well on the battlefield, but he's still making progress. Nevertheless, we've got 96 national morale, which is pretty good considering all the penalties or all the attacks we've taken. His national morale is down to 80, but nevertheless, he is on Richmond. So we've got to hold Richmond for 2 turns, and then we win this game. So let's go over things here just really quick. All right, I think it was Franklin. Yeah. Nope. So it was not Franklin, it was Halifax. Okay, so he attacked us with 165,000 troops. We killed 18,800 for him. We had 72,000, so actually pretty good, right? That is the Army of Northern Virginia is what remains of the Army of Northern Virginia is 72,000. So he killed 9, which means we're down to public math 63,000 ish. Now he has, out of that 165, he probably has another 100. I'm guessing. So we're down to 63,000 probably, and he's got about 220, 250. I'm guessing is probably where we're at number-wise. But he had a river crossing penalty again, and I think at this point he just figured, hey, I gotta get Richmond before the game's over, so he's being a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, Longstreet obviously was running things because Lee got killed or wounded in the last battle, and we did pretty well. So let's start off here with round 1. We did 153 hits, and then cohesion of 1,000. He did much less. As you can see here with the total, we lost 4 elements, or I think it's elements, and then 7 in the assaults, and then he didn't lose any that turn. Sorry, I just want to check something real quick. And it doesn't like, yeah, so actually, so he actually got a lot of his guys involved in the fight from round 1 up. It's also interesting that it's Pope that's leading the battle here. He's not a very good corps commander. 79, 36, 222, 575. And I'll go through this list here at the end for the divisions. Yeah, 37 elements committed to the battle, 39. 72 hits, 56, all right. Round 4, 78, 112, so he's doing better now in round 4 as he gets kind of closer to the assault phase. 35 elements committed to the battle, 39. He's got 405 total, we have 308. And then cohesion, he obviously did better than us in round 4 as well. But we did better in round 5. We only had 13 committed that round though, interestingly. Looks like a couple of our divisions fled due to cowardice. Is probably why we only had the 13. Okay, and then the last round, 530, 94. Wow, ouch. And then 3,600 cohesion, and then 674. So really, most of our casualties against him came in the assault phase at the very end. Even though we only had 13 elements committed that round, he had 39. I'm going to scroll down again, pause if you really want to get a good look at these different divisions on, you know, cohesion hits and stuff. I know that it can be hard to kind of keep, so I would make these videos probably 3 times longer if I was to give you like a super like deep down nitty gritty of each division. So for example, like with Thomas, right? Every turn, or rather every round here, go in here and looking at this and figuring out what he did. You know, it'd just be very laborious at this point, especially when you have, you know, several corps in the battle. So you're talking probably 20, 30, or rather 20 something divisions in a single army that's involved in battles. So I'm not going to go through that. I'm just trying to give you a pretty good overarching view of how each side performed. But I would say I am cognizant that there's this aspect here, for example, that I'm not highlighting, and I'm really just doing that out of the interest of brevity to try and get through these episodes that ends up not being several hours longer than perhaps would be appropriate to get through these turns. But I'll scroll down here so you can kind of look at these guys. Oops, sorry. There you go. Pause if you want to check these out further. Go down 75th. All right. Pause if you want to look at these further. And there you go. Last ones. All right. So again, that is about it was 165,000 minus 18,800 sitting in Richmond now. But we did pretty good. We got some good national morale for that. However, he's got this corps sitting over here, this corps sitting here, this moving, which is Sherman with another, holy God, 4,000, 6,000 power on top of what he's got here. So even though we've really chewed into him, he just has so many troops. He's got 4 divisions down here that are coming up. 1,900 here. It's just, oh man, I don't even want to know what that number's going to look like next turn. And I mean, we're done, right? We got 1,400 here, 700, 14. 300. It's and nothing we can do about it except replacements, which I am through, you know, everything into, I put 2 into elite, but everything into line, it was only 12, which is not much, right? But the reason that I could only get 12 is that our inflation is 33%. So line infantry are very expensive at 33%. You know, I put him inside just to hold Norfolk, but really there's no point to hold that anymore. Not a whole lot else to cover, really. I mean, I'm holding down here, but I really just brought him down just to make sure that he doesn't suck supply from up here because they desperately need it. Now, I think we'll be okay on supply. Let's see, we're out of supply there. Out of supply. Out of supply. I'll explain this move here in a moment. So he uses 378 points a turn, or he has 378. His usage is 180. So that'll survive him the rest of the game. That'll survive him early December, late December. That's for Longstreet. About the same for Jackson. He'll go into late December, pretty much being fully fed. And then almost the same for Claiborne. He's the one that's the most depleted in supply. But I think he'll get there because you know he's going to attack again. Like we're outside the walls here, and we're outside the walls for a reason. We're outside the walls to force him to engage another turn, so waste early December attacking us, or rather late November attacking us, so that he only has 2 turns to take Richmond instead of 3. And then we have this go into the wall, or into the city. Where's it at? Where's it? All right here, this one right here. And evade combat. We're trying not to have combat with them. So we're blue-green. We're really just out here to force him to waste a turn attacking outside the walls instead of besieging Richmond. So the idea is he should go into the structure when attacked. And these guys are attached to Longstreet, obviously, because they're all cores, right? And they're also on evade combat, green-green, to try and take advantage. So I put Jackson as green-green because I'm trying to get him to get all the replacements. So he should be prioritized over everybody else on getting those replacements. And then obviously Claiborne, he's blue-red, just to make darn sure we don't lose Richmond. So in the event that he does besiege Richmond, at least we have him defending it, which means the other cores will come to his defense as well. But that's kind of the plan with Richmond right now, is to force him to waste a turn in late November attacking outside the walls. That gives him 2 turns to take Richmond itself. I have Jackson on green-green to get all the replacements. And then I have Claiborne on blue-red just to make damn sure I don't lose Richmond in the event that he's able to not only kick Longstreet into the walls of Richmond, but also attack Richmond itself. All right, now this guy over here, for some damn reason, fled outside of Richmond to the west instead of staying in Richmond when the battle happened over here. So he's now over here. I don't want him sucking supply from Richmond. So I figure I can go up here. It's a size 2 city. It's also, I think, a strategic location. Yep. So Charlottesville, where I was just at a few weeks ago, in real life. If I come up here, if I can take this as a strategic location, I might actually get some national morale from that. So that's the plan with him, is I'm not going to send him back into town. He's kind of worthless, really, because he's got, like, nothing. He's tore up. So he's not going to really help with any sort of defense of Richmond. So I might as well use him in a way that hopefully benefits the Confederate cause of national morale, and maybe take this place up here. That's the thought, anyways. Okay, now what's going on down at New Orleans? Let's focus on down there too. Okay, so I'm hanging out here. I was able to take New Orleans, which is bizarre because I don't think there was a battle here. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't understand. right. So we didn't lose any national morale in the Richmond battle. Oh, that's so weird. It's almost like New Orleans just surrendered. We're taking hits from the fleet that's right here. From the notes that I'm reading here. And then all of a sudden our generals are available for promotion, which usually only happens when you like win a battle. And so I have all these notes for promotions of commanders, but no note as to when or why New Orleans switched to our side. Wow, weird. That is bizarre. And there was no battle. Like we didn't fight him. He's besieging us. Okay. But we didn't fight for it. Oh, well, hey, if you guys in the comments section, if you have any idea on like why this happened the way it did, I would be all ears. But it looks like maybe the town just surrendered, and maybe he was on blue. Well, that doesn't make sense. So we have military control of, you know, maybe 30%. And so it wouldn't necessarily force me into an offensive status here. And since I'm blue and he's blue, I suspect what happened is I was attacking the town and he didn't come to its aid, and so I took it. Very interesting. But hey, we got New Orleans. I don't think we got any national morale for it though, unfortunately. Nope. Which is what I was hoping for. But now we get cash for it. So actually, that 9 cash will go towards a replacement chit in early December, which will contribute to our Richmond defense next turn. So, plus his army's now alive because we got 1,600 supply. So this is crazy. So we went from, let's see, let's zoom out just to show you. Okay. So let's see. All right, we're down here, right? We went from up here through all this weather, which is pretty consistent with which we were going through almost a year ago, over a year ago. Through all of this, down to here, went down the river, attacked Mobile, failed, somehow survived, went up the rail line. He burned the depot here, so we couldn't get the supply there. Somehow, we're still able to feed ourselves and stay alive through like scorching the earth and like all that stuff. Went across here, took Jackson, got some supply, came down, took Baton Rouge, sucked that as supply to take over New Orleans, and we have 8 divisions down here now. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. If only I could take back Atlanta with that. If only. But I can't, because I'm too far away and don't have enough time. So I'm trying to look at like what would that look like? Yeah, see. It would take me lots of days. I'm just experimenting here. What if we went here? Say 40 days by sea, you know. That's just not gonna happen. So we survived, but now we're too far away to do anything about Atlanta. Too bad. Too bad. All right. Just tearing at the rail lines down here. At this point, right, this is all kind of whatever. Anything of import for the notes? Let me go over this here real quick. Blockade runner got us money. Yeah, I've been doing that. Cotton is here, although I don't think I can do anything because of Galveston. Alright, so what it comes down to, guys, is the next 2 turns. It's not looking good, but he doesn't have Richmond yet. And all it takes is for the Union to miss a roll, which means they don't activate. And then maybe that's what we need. So let's just like hope that he misses an activation roll and isn't able to assault Richmond next turn, which then leads it to like 1 turn to take Richmond, you know. It's quite possible though, this game's over next turn, because if he goes on full on assault for Richmond, maybe he takes it. I don't know. Yeah. Really quick. 12, as I showed you before, 2 elite. And then here's the casualties again. Just showed you already. He's down to 80 morale. We're at 96. And here we go.